viewer, welcome to another interesting edition of the show. It's great having you and thanks for joining us. This is Viewpoint, talk show with the talker as EB. It is an interactive talk show where we talk about anything and everything trending, ranging from entertainment to politics, health, education, lifestyle, power of community. You just name it. All you need to do is sit back, enjoy, and engage in our conversations. My name is Hadiza Galadima, and right here with me is the beautiful Rachel.
Hi, Hadiza.
How you doing?
Very well.
And the amazing Confidence.
Hello, Hadiza.
How you doing?
Good.
How was your
Fine,
weekend?
yes.
All right. All we do on the show is pack meaningful conversations, inspire change within our community as we engage in honest dialogue. All right. We will be going on a break. We'll be right back. Please stay with us. Welcome back, and thanks for staying with us. This is Viewpoint, talk show with the Tokama CB. And now to the business of the day. Let's get started. Oscar Wilde said, true contention is not having everything, but in being satisfied with everything you have. So on today's episode, we're going to be talking about the recent happenings in the country. Firstly, we're going to be talking about the recovery of 18 Ghana must go bags of currency and documents from the former CBN governor's residence in Lagos by the Director of State Services, DSS. Recall Emefiele was arrested by the DSS on the 10th of this month as regards his management and activities while in charge of the Apex Bank. He is currently at the Secret Police headquarters in Abuja undergoing interrogation for alleged financial terrorism, economic sabotage, the new Naira redesign policy, amongst others. Now, with all this stated, with all this that we've seen, with all the evidence on ground, should the federal government or the DSS go ahead to prosecute Emefiele, or we have to wait till further investigation until they conclude their investigation before he gets prosecuted?
Okay. If investigation is still ongoing, then I think we should hold on till they are done with their investigations. That's if we won't have a repeat of what we've been having in the past, where an issue comes up and then you hear, okay, investigation is ongoing, and all of a sudden you don't hear anything again.
Otilo.
So, so if there won't be a repeat, I think there should be, further investigations, because I believe that Emefiele is not the only person, involved in this. Yes, just like they said, his personal assistant is on the run. I don't believe it is just Emefiele and maybe his personal assistant that are involved in this. There may be other politicians he wants to mention. Maybe when they press him more, he's going to bring out, more things that we need to know. So I think investigations should go on.
But I just feel, since there are evidences on ground, since we have seen in a normal circumstance, is he supposed to even have such, but based on say you be chairman of CBN or ex-governor of CBN, does not warrant you to have that amount of money. And mind you, we weren't told if it was in Naira or it was in dollars, and I'm very sure it cannot be in Naira.
Well,
do you understand? So
all of them
could be in Naira.
But then again, I think it's very questionable to have that amount, the said, because it is what they said that we are taking. They said they found, they said we were not there.
Yes.
So the said amount of money, the said number of Ghana must goes is very questionable. As per the governor of CBN, they will question it. And like what Rachel said, I think, they have to continue with the investigation. And then again, there was something that Falana said. He said DSS shouldn't be the people, handling those whole things. It's supposed to be a case for the EFCC, and to an extent, I think I buy into it, because this is something that, the EFCC handles a lot. I don't know if you understand.
Now, if we want to call the EFCC into this matter right now, I think they should be the least people who are going to, because at the moment, the EFCC chairman is actually he's suspended and he's under investigation.
They are also
investigating the EFCC. So they feel, okay, EFCC is not up to the task, or EFCC is not supposed to do what they're supposed to do. So why not another body? Why not another body handle this, and let's see if results will come out. And funny enough, like we heard A ministry has returned 10 billion naira. A director has returned 6 billion naira.
Are they scared of suspension?
Definitely.
Everyone is
You know
scared
the
of
funny thing. You know the
suspension.
funny thing. I don't know whether maybe it's like this for every administration. Like when this administration is done and goes, and the next administration comes in. It's like there's a lot of when you're trying to like remove insects from a house. Somebody has so everybody's running and they're just I'm confessing before you woke up from you. That kind
So
of
when
thing.
I heard like people are already returning funds, I was in my mind. The question that came to my mind was, so you mean all this while that we've been borrowing money, we're borrowing money for other individuals to just go and stack the money somewhere else?
But I just hope as they are returning this money, they are not just leaving, they're not letting them go.
They're not just doing
Because
this
you
blowing
stole
for
the
nothing.
money, and then because you saw that they've suspended 1 or 2 people.
Yeah.
No, there was the president actually gave them an open window whereby you can return.
Wow.
Yes,
But
you can
no,
return.
I don't think this is. I don't think it is right.
Okay.
You give someone who stole billions of naira, a money that does not belong to you, that belongs to a country. You stole the money, and because you heard that they are suspending people,
definitely,
they are
people
arresting
are being
people.
arrested.
Now you're returning
yeah.
the money, and then you have to go free. Is that how it works?
No, this is just a clear case of whereby
It's a clear case of this is Nigeria.
Yeah.
whereby action film just happens anytime,
You
any
did.
day. We'll play our
Drama
scripts.
and series,
We
you
play
know?
our scripts every time. But I just feel for those people who are returning, like in a mother and a child case or mother and her children's case, whereby a child who steals meat from the pot and goes and runs to the mom and says, "Mommy, I took meat from the pot."
And this- that
His
child is
punishment,
correct.
no, his
You
punishment,
need-
his
collect.
punishment will come lesser than the one when you find out that so you be the thief. Now you the thief meat.
But you know the most important thing, you will still collect. You come, you confess. Oh, mommy, please forgive me.
You see,
collect.
if they are giving others maybe 20 years jail term, they should give them 10 years jail
Rachel,
term.
calm down.
No, that's the truth. Imagine Emefiele having 18 bags of Ghana must go. And we were here during this Naira designing
Honestly,
scarcity
there was
of
no
Naira.
money. You go to
Nigerians
the
were
bank.
suffering.
You and your money,
Honestly.
you go to the bank over the counter will tell you can only afford to pay you
And
5K.
honestly, you're
Of
talking
your own
about over
money.
the bank. Let's talk about POS.
POS.
I mean, that period was crazy.
And then
it's funny to me that that period is over. Because when I think back, I'm like, did this thing really happen? 5,000 naira charges like 1.5.
And then the governor had 18 bags of Ghana must go.
That was we're just discovering it, but we know that time it would definitely you definitely have. That's why most of these things they don't feel the impact. The people who feel this thing the most are the masses.
Definitely.
We are the ones who always go through the hardship and all that. But at the end of the day, because you are holding a federal government position, or because you are in a position whereby you feel you are on the top, doesn't mean you shouldn't have sympathy for people. That's just it. So most people that we do, now, let's not even talk about religion or something. Most people who we need in power are people who have compassion. Because if you don't have compassion, no more.
But I want to ask a question. Talking about compassion.
Yeah.
You see, someone said something. He said if he becomes maybe the president tomorrow, so the first people or persons he's going to help are his own family members, his own friends, then people around him. I want to ask a question. Confidence. You become maybe the president tomorrow. Are you going to leave your own people and go to help strangers? I think it's just this mentality of I suffered when I didn't have. So now that I'm in the position, I have to gather and gather and gather.
Well,
I think it's just that mentality.
a lot of people are like that. A lot of people are like that because say I don't suffer. Because I've gone through hardship. But when I was not in this position, the people in this position did not help me.
Pay back
So
time.
now it's my turn. And it's so bad because it has eaten so deep into the fabrics, of our structure, of our system.
Sure.
It's so bad. It has become a norm.
Yes.
When I get to that seat,
I go chop.
It has really become a norm that
Premium
even
shaking.
when you get there, you want to be different. You want to do something different. They even see you as someone who
exactly.
Yes.
When they come in and when somebody comes into power and comes in with the mindset of, I want to do what is right, they will still fight you.
I'll call you a
That's why I
people-
said this thing is a case of this is Nigeria.
Yeah.
Welcome back and thanks for staying. Now moving to our next topic. The senior pastor of Awaiting the Second Coming of Christ Ministry, Akure, Oweleketv, on Sunday while addressing his members, urged Peter Obi, the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, to find something else to do instead of waiting for justice at the election tribunal. And he continued by saying Peter Obi is only entertaining Nigerians. So, quote unquote, I know you couldn't have gone too far. No popularity on social media can stand the test of time. When it's not your time, it's not your time. So, like, firstly, what I want to say is that when it's not your time, it's not your time. It is not anything that has to do. When it is your time, it was actually his time because a whole lot of Nigerians felt this is his time. So he had to take his shot at whatever it is. So, firstly, what I want to say with religious leaders is, if they know they cannot say the right thing or do the right thing, they should stay far away from politics.
Yeah.
And secondly, is this man of God now or spiritual leader trying to tell us that our justice system can never do the right thing for uttering such words?
I think they already have this mentality that our judicial system, you know, they already have like, they have a balance. They know what's, like, they already have it in mind that we already know what is coming out of it. If not, I'm imagining why a pastor, a minister of God will come out and say Peter Obi is just entertaining Nigerians when an issue is still in court. And second thing I want to say, he said he knows Peter Obi is not going to go far because he was running on social media. That man is an old cargo. He is. Let me tell you something.
Respectfully.
With all due respect, he's an old cargo because you don't know what social media can do. That's why you're saying...
He doesn't know the power.
You don't know the power. Do you know how far people have gone through social media?
Exactly.
Do you know how social media have picked people up from when they were nothing and made them something?
A lot of people have...
But, so I'm sorry to say, maybe he's looking at it from a perspective that, okay, it is Facebook now, it is... Look, social media is deeper than that.
Well, social media goes beyond, social media goes beyond Nigeria.
Do you understand?
That's just the thing. So they feel he's just child's play for Peter Obi because he's always coming on social media to say what it is. As it is. And I feel most people find it offensive. I'm sorry to cut you short so you can continue.
Personally, for me, I feel like I've always had problems with religion and religious leaders. I know why I said religion and religious leaders because it is what is tearing Nigeria apart. Agree with me. I have a problem with that statement he made, and funny enough, I said, okay, let me look through. There were some things he was just saying, and I just found out that he's projecting his personal dislike for Peter Obi, and he's blaming God for it. Honestly, God has seen shaking in the hands of Nigerians. Honestly speaking, because this, if you read through what some of the things he was saying, things like, oh, you left PDP, you betrayed your boss,
like. I don't understand.
Like, because why would you come out and make such an utterance? This is
you have a right.
This is a constitutional thing. Somebody did not like the result of the outcome of
and he went to court.
And he went to court, which is a constitutional right. He's right constitutionally. And then you come out and say he's entertaining Nigerians.
I really think religious leaders should, maybe if they know they don't want to like do politics for politics, stay out of politics.
If you don't have anything good,
being
just
a religious leader is different from being a politician. You cannot mix the two.
And you're always trying to project God. I'm like, which one to say if it's not his time? Are you?
So that means you already set a standard for.
Honestly speaking, I was so annoyed.
The judicial system in Nigeria. But again, I will not blame him. Okay. Yes, I won't blame him because maybe if our judicial system in Nigeria, if they've been, giving us what we really want in the past, if we've been seeing things that, okay, you go to court and you get justice, like for real. Recently, the husband of, is he a former justice, came out to say, do you understand? Came out to say, exactly.
Can you imagine?
Yes, in court. Yeah. So, look, when you look at stories, then you know that it is not really his fault. He's only talking based on what he sees and based on what he thinks will happen. Look, in his mind right now, he already knows what will happen.
And because that's why I said religion.
So it is not his fault.
They're using you know, you make such a statement and say it is not. Are you God?
Why would you even say he's an entertainer?
Project,
Like,
and then do you know the funny thing? If you had read through what he even wrote, he was even quoting the scriptures. I'm
I'm
like,
telling you, like you said, he's
Pastor,
like
sir.
he's an entertainer.
you know,
That when it's not your time, it's not your time. In my mind, I was like, oh, so are we going to stay
So you're
under the
now God
umbrella
that
of
knows-
Emilio Kong? As in, is that what we're going to do?
It is my turn.
It is my turn. So like Nigerian politics now is
So you have to
just
wait.
definitely
You have
turn
to
by
wait
turn.
when it's your
Yes,
turn.
your turn.
yeah, I feel like
I
it's
think-
just a loose mouth.
I think
you
if
know,
not that,
uncouth.
if
You
not that
even use those
Nigerians
words.
are, you know, there are people that they go for what they want. It's just that our government is really failing us. But Nigerians are people that when they want something, they know what they want and they go for it.
Definitely,
But our
work
government
hard.
is failing us. If not that, I don't think a president will come out, or someone who is contesting to be a president will come out to say, it is now my turn. Look, a time will come in this country, if we're not careful, where we may not have to go through election again.
Honestly,
we just have to
she's looking like.
pointing, okay, it
That's
is now
what
your
she's
turn.
looking-
It is now
This
your
year's
turn.
election really opened my mind, my eyes to a lot of things. I mean, people came out en masse, you know, with their hearts. People
And-
were ready, and
because of Peter Obi like put the like our election process and everything on the
Yeah.
map, because normally we just used to have two system or two political party election in Nigeria.
Yes.
But the coming of Peter Obi, he made it 3, and that singular act, apart from that, it was like one of, or it is in Africa, like for like election, right? The election process and all that. It was one of the biggest, or it is the
Hadiza.
biggest election
Hadiza,
exercise
for you to
in
know,
Africa.
For you to know that this election was not just like the normal election. Look at in some states where young people came out to, you know, they came out in
numbers.
yes, they came out for Labour Party to you know contest in Labour Party. Now we have PDP, we have APC, we have Labour Party. Now for you to know how serious this election was, you saw that those people that came out for Labour Party, even without so much campaign, they didn't go out to, you know, tell people vote for. People did not really know these people.
True.
But because they came through Labour Party, people voted for them. We have young people in some states because they came through Labour Party. That is for you to know how.
I feel like
how
people are just
strong.
tired. People are tired.
So do you feel all these things they say, all these things, all these allegations and every other thing they bring against Peter Obi, do you think it's just a way of demoralizing him? Because that man, you know, if he demoralize him. So all the things they keep saying, yes, all the things
it means stone.
so all the things they say, it can never like demoralize him. So people should just, I feel, just allow him exercise his rights. He wants to reclaim his stolen mandate. Allow him to do it in peace. All right, we will be going on a commercial break. We'll be right back. Please stay with us. Welcome back, and thanks for staying with us. Now to our third story, and a sad story that is always detrimental to the society. A 17-year-old female student of Adeseun Ogundoyin Polytechnic Erua in Oyo State was reportedly found dead in her room on Wednesday, 14th of June. It was revealed that she was found in a pool of her blood with both eyes plugged out. Now, let me ask you guys, as regards this, what do you think he's pointing at?
My God. It's ritual.
What else?
Like this. It's very clear.
Yeah.
It's ritual.
Okay, so ritualism is a deep-rooted traditional belief which involves various use of so many inhumane materials. Okay, it is an occultic or spiritual practice used to acquire wealth or success, or rather, let's say, quick wealth and success. These practices should not and would not be condoned in any society. So now, the question I want to throw out there is, what do you think could be the reason why people go into rituals? Like wanting to inflict pains on other people.
A lot. Yeah.
A lot, like greed. Like greed.
Yeah, greed is part of it. And then this, I don't know what the term is, but I just like to say, I want to get rich quick syndrome. You know, I want to have money. I want to there's this other one, low self-esteem. When you're seeing, you think somebody is doing well because you're seeing that maybe the person has little cash to, I wouldn't say throw around, but help themselves, and you're like, oh, if this person can do this thing, let me, you know, I need to also have money. I want to, this comparison, you know, comparing yourself to others can lead to a lot of things, and ritual is one of them. Because Rachel, for example, I'm seeing her, she has this, she has that, she has this, and I'll be thinking to myself, what is it that I can do? And you know, sometimes when you begin to think these things, and then you begin to go to people, what can I do? Definitely, at some point, you're going to hear, you know, if you go babalawo, you know.
You know, I also think, just like you said, low self-esteem, I also think our celebrities, they are doing a lot. They are doing a whole lot. They are contributing a whole lot. And I'm not, you know, totally blaming them for this. But, you know, a situation whereby you see what's happening on social media. You see the way that it looks as if they are pressuring youth into going. You're not telling people how you suffered. You're not telling people you're not telling them the process. You're simply just putting it out there to them and even making it look like
glamour.
There are so many things. I'm not totally blaming them, but I think as celebrities, our government needs to do more. And even talking about the government, I'm sorry to say this. You know, when we were on break, I was mentioning something about politicians doing rituals. Yes. Look, the fact that we're not in that circle, you know, we may not know so much that is going in there. There's a particular senator who, it was more like a confession. He was saying it one certain time. I don't want to mention his name. He was saying it one certain time. He said he was actually with them. He was doing all of these things with them. You know, they kill people. He said, when we say kill people, it's not just like they do, that is the kind of bloodbath they do all the time. Goodness. Just because they want to win this position, because they want to be able to do this and do that. And then when he came out of it, he was confessing. I won't mention his name. But look, it's not just, it's the fact that we're just seeing these things going on in our own little community. Now, look, there are people who are in higher positions doing even worse. So how do these people help us? The ritual thing is becoming so much. We have Yahoo boys using girls for rituals. Even the girls, they know they are dating, they are following these Yahoo boys, but because they also want to, you know, enjoy the money.
Peer pressure is also part of it.
Yeah.
Well. Like you said, social media, this peer pressure is part of it.
So what I want to say is, if the older men or women are actually getting involved with it, because rituals cut across all races, or some races, age, it's not just so if the older folks are doing it, you, the younger generation, why are you in a hurry to make money? You make fast money whereby you see someone who has worked for like 15 to 20 years and has achieved a level of wealth, and you under a year or 2 years, you want to.
That was why I said, is this I want to get rich quick syndrome.
People don't want to follow the
comparison.
Process.
We talked about greed. And in this generation that we are now, a lot of people do not want to tell success stories. That's why I said, I liked the points you made, you know, about social media pressure. And that's why you hear people saying, don't believe everything you see on social media. Do not, you're seeing glitz and glamour, but this person will not. And that's why I have I have tremendous respect for great men that will tell you their story. They started small. For God's sake, all this Amazon, Google, if you go and you read it, they started small. They didn't get rich overnight. Even though that I hear that, you know, some people that when they get this money and they are there, they still plug their hands into some things to keep the wealth going. But kudos to people that, you know, put in the work. Do you understand? Because for God's sake, success does not come cheap.
Yes.
There's nothing in this life that is easy. To give birth, war. You know, to do is, there's nothing in life that comes easy. You must put in the work. And what they don't tell them about these rituals, right? Because it's not just money. It cuts across. People do ritual to get fame. People do ritual
to have
for
children,
long life.
So many things.
What they don't tell them is that this thing has
repercussions.
Thank you. Whiplash is going to come back. They will not tell you. The devil will not tell you that if you do this, if you plug your hand into this thing, that these 5 years that you say you have to enjoy it, before you know what's happening, 5 years is gone. And then you start hearing, please, I beg.
And you know, it has become so terrible whereby some of them, even on that same social media that we are carrying on, that most they even come out and show you this is what we are doing. This is what we are into. And
no one is even doing anything about it.
And it's something that is obviously illegal.
It's killing us as a people. Because young people out there, I'm seeing, like, I'm sorry, Rachel, I'm using you for an example. I'm seeing her that she has, money, she's doing this for herself, and I'm not even asking myself certain questions. What I just want to do is I want to get money like Rachel.
See, there was
they are all over Instagram, they are all over
there was a time
media.
when these motivational speakers, they started growing so fast. They were coming out to, they're trying to motivate youth, do this, go through this process.
Yeah.
And then people started, any little thing they'll say, I beg. Any little thing they're already calling you a motivational speaker. When you want to tell them, this is how to do it, they'll say, I beg, no bring this your motivational work. I think we need more people to motivate youth. I think we need more people to always sound it. In churches, I don't know why now our pastors are now talking about politics when they should be talking about what they should talk about. In churches, in mosques, in schools, everywhere. On the TV, on radio, I think we shouldn't just talk about what we shouldn't be talking about and looking at what we shouldn't be looking at. Let's talk about this. Let's sound it.
Say that there's beauty in the process.
Right from when you're growing, right from when you're in primary school, start sounding it to them. There's a process. You don't just grow up and you become rich.
Yeah, there's hard work.
Yes, except your father is of course maybe a wealthy man and you were born into it. But if you're not born into it, you have to work for it.
Even if you're born into it,
you still have to work.
Keep that position. You have to. Come on, you cannot be living your... I mean, I'm not saying it's bad, though. If my father paves way for me, for God's sake, it's good.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, don't you want to make a name for yourself
Exactly.
as well? And it requires... There's beauty in hard work.
Yes.
Yeah, there are people that have been working hard and maybe it's like they're not seeing the results. But I always think that ritual is not supposed to be the go-to. Killing other people, spilling blood, doing despicable things, eating shit, eating poo. God... It's bad. Honestly.
Our religious leaders, please talk about what you should talk about and leave what you should not talk about.
Your advice is actually really, really valid. Okay, so instead of resorting to evil practices, individuals should focus on developing their talents, skills, and education. So the key to attaining wealth and success is hard work, diligence, and persistence. Okay, that's all we have for you on today's edition of Viewpoint. You already know. Talk show with the Talkam as EB. We really do appreciate you and your time. Let's do this again, same place, same time. Make it your favorite by following all our social media handles displayed on your screen for more exciting and exclusive episodes. Be a part of our community. We would love to hear from you. So subscribe and click on our little notification bell on YouTube at Oweleketv. Our website is Oweleketv. My name is Hadiza Galadima and she is
Rachel Abie
and
Confidence Oko.
See you next time.